Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
So he wants her to refer to him as daddy.
Absolutely.
This alleged predator gets a little too handsy with our decoy. And for this, Doctor,
you talked about sex in the chat with her.
No, I might have, but that was all.
Might have?
I'll be the one delivering some bad news.
Well, Doctor, there's something you need to know. I'm Chris Hansen, and I do stories on men who try to meet children for sex.
I hope you're enjoying this full free episode of Takedown, but there's something else you need to know. Only a small portion of our episodes are on YouTube. There are more than 100 episodes on our streaming service, ad-free and uncensored at watchtruBlu.com. Use the code YouTube24 to watch them all for $2.50 or YouTube Year for $20 off an annual subscription. Also, and this is important, hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you soon on TruBlu. Operation Blueberry 2 in Genesee County, Michigan set a takedown record. 4 alleged child predators in just under 5 hours. Sheriff Chris Swanson oversees GHOST, the Genesee County Human Oppression Strike Team.
Recently in a ghost op, we saw 4 men in just about 5 hours in a small town in mid-Michigan in Genesee County here. What does that say to you?
There's no boundaries. And small towns, big towns, villages, cities, they will come.
4 guys in 5 hours.
I think it even surprised the team, and you were there.
I never know just who is going to show up in our undercover investigations.
Why are you here?
Because I wanted to give her a massage.
You know that it's illegal.
Yes.
You know that it's inappropriate.
Yes.
What's your fiance going to say about this?
She's gonna hate me forever.
Like that guy that from Catch a Predator to come outside. Charlie Hansen, that's the guy's name.
What should happen to you, Ron?
The maximum punishment, I should go to prison, get raped by a bunch of dudes named Jesus.
But sometimes one comes around who leaves us all stunned. This is Parminder Jaswal, a doctor of family medicine practicing in the Saginaw, Michigan area. While most doctors text their patients appointment reminders or lab results, Dr. Jaswal begins a sexually charged text chat with someone he thinks is a 15-year-old girl. Lieutenant Andy Snyder of GHOST fills me in on the conversation.
Lieutenant, how long has this chat been going on?
We started chatting at 3:30 p.m. and it's now 5:34.
Okay, and give me a sense of what this man is looking for.
He's looking for sex. He stated his age is 48. I advised him that the decoy is 15. He acknowledged it. That, what did you say, you're 15, really? He sent me a few pics, so we sent him a few pics of the decoy. He asked for a face pic. He said he'll give $200. He asked for the location where we're at.
He said, I want to see your beautiful face.
He asked if I was alone.
You disease and drug-free. I am very clean, he says.
I told him I live with my grandmother and she's in Ohio visiting my aunt.
So this man who says he's 48 years old thinks a 15-year-old girl is home alone here in this house.
Yes. And he's asking a lot of questions, doing his research on the girl, trying to figure things out, you can tell.
Are you doing it for money or dick? So he's trying to suss out the situation and make sure that this is legit for him and safe.
Yes. And, you know, is this your ad? I've never seen your ad before, so he's a regular. This isn't his first time.
Right. I can regularly see you and help you, like daddy, if you will be good baby.
That's what he said.
So he wants her to refer to him as daddy.
Absolutely.
And he wants her to be his baby.
He asked for some nude pictures. I told him we don't send nude pics. He sent a picture of his genitals.
You're not a cop or affiliated with law enforcement in any way. It's not a trap. You swear by that. I don't want any trouble with law. Hell no. Are you? I don't need no problems. No, I am not. We both need to be safe. Okay, good. What is your name, baby? I will bang you good, baby. Okay, let me write down some of these quotes.
An alleged child predator with a daddy complex is nothing new to the Ghost team.
How often do you see this daddy-baby scenario?
Not every op. Usually every other op will get one person that wants to play that domineering role.
And what does that say to you about this predator?
That's exactly what you said, they're a predator. They want to take a dominant role and be in control of the situation. That's my opinion on it.
How many people do you think you've talked to in the course of these investigations?
In my whole career?
Yeah.
A couple thousand, probably.
A couple thousand. Does it ever creep you out? Every time?
Every time.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes you lose faith in humanity.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more that turn it down than accept the proposition.
And what does that say to you? There's hope?
There's some hope.
Yeah.
There's some hope out there.
The not-so-good doctor arrives at the Sting House in his Range Rover, well-dressed, and treats in hand for a 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
How are you?
All right. Yeah.
What did you bring?
Coke.
What was it?
Coke.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Let's do some cookies.
Oh, those are my favorite, double stuffed.
What he does next is alarming, outrageous, and it concerns both me and the Ghost Task Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this Takedown instant replay, look again as Dr. Jaswal follows the ghost decoy and gets right down to business, grabs her behind. And I don't think he was planning on performing a routine checkup on the decoy either. Worried for her safety, it's time I step in.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, thanks.
Have a seat right over there.
Right.
Take your hands out of your pockets.
Okay.
Sit. Sit.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name?
Jaswal.
Jaswal, I need your hands out of your pockets.
Okay.
What are you doing here tonight?
Well, she wanted me to bring some cookies and
Cookies and what else?
Coke.
Coke. And who is she? Who are you here to visit?
I know her as a. I just saw her online.
You saw her online.
Yeah.
Do you know her name?
No, I don't know her name.
And do you know how old she is?
She told me 19.
She told you how old?
19.
She told you 15.
No, that's what her ad.
No, I've seen the chats. She
Yeah.
told you 15, right?
Oh.
So don't lie to me because I know some of the answers to the questions I'm going to ask. So it's best for you. Jaswind?
Mm-hmm.
Jaswinder or Jaswind?
Yes, Jaswal.
Jaswal.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your last name?
That's my last name.
Oh, Jaswal. What's your first name?
Reminder.
Arminder. And how old are you?
61.
61. And where did you come from tonight?
Saginaw.
For Dr. Jaswal, Saginaw to Flint is more than a 30-minute drive.
And what do you do in Saginaw?
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of medicine do you practice?
Family medicine.
Family medicine. And how long have you been a doctor?
20 years.
20 years in Saginaw. Do you have a family?
Mm-hmm.
A wife?
Mm-hmm.
Children?
Mm-hmm.
So explain to me why a 61-year-old doctor is in this house tonight after a sexually charged conversation with someone who said they were a 15-year-old child?
You know, she told me that she needs some help with some money and all that. So that's all.
That's all.
That's all.
So you're just being a good Samaritan,
Yes.
a doctor of good faith. Are you a religious guy, Doc?
Yes.
But the conversation you had here, you talk about sex.
Because that's what obviously the purpose of this whole thing was to see. I even asked her, you know, if you have any law and all that. She said no. She kind of. I was wondering about it too, you know, because it might be.
You were wondering about it too. And
Yeah.
what were you wondering, Doctor?
Okay, why were we?
Why
is she doing all that?
You're talking in circles, Doctor. So just tell me what your intent was here tonight.
My intent was, you know, just to come and see her, yeah.
Just to come and see her and have sex?
No.
No, that's not what you said in the chat.
No, I was not planning to do that. If it's all against the law, if it's below 18, yeah. Of
Right,
course, yeah,
you're
yeah.
darn right it's
Yeah,
against
yeah,
the law
I
if you're
know.
below 18. But you talked about sex in the chat with her.
No, I might have, but that was.
Might have.
No, I have.
I saw the chat.
Yeah, I understand.
You talked very explicitly.
Yeah, you know, I talked to her very frankly about it, and she said no, it's not. And she asked me if I'm the law in the.
Why were you so concerned whether or not she was law enforcement, Doc?
No, obviously, you know, it's below under age. Sex is not the right thing to do. I understand that.
It's not the right thing to do. Yet you're here doing it.
No, I'm not doing anything right
Well,
now.
no, but Doctor,
Yeah.
be realistic here.
You know, I understand that.
You understand where I'm coming from?
I know you don't really understand that.
Okay, so you talk about sex with a girl who's 15 online, who says she's 15.
No, yeah, she told me that, but I saw her ad. I said maybe she's making it up. You know.
Maybe she's making. Why would somebody make it up and say she was 15? Why would somebody do that? It defies logic. You're a man of science. You should know this.
No, I was not sure.
You were not sure.
I just wanted to make sure whether it's younger. If it's 15, I will not do that.
You would not do that.
Yeah.
It's time for me to find out why Dr. Jaswal has decided to make this kind of house call.
But why come here? Why take the chance?
I guess it's a stupid mistake.
It was a stupid mistake.
Yes.
You are not a cop or law enforcement. You ask that.
Yeah, because she has put that all in her ad, you know, that...
She said nothing about law enforcement. You said that because you're
No,
worried about
she-
getting caught as a 61-year-old man.
No, she has said that in her statement.
In the chat.
But
you asked first.
In the ad.
I pressed the doctor on a particular fetish.
You talk about her braces.
Yes, yeah.
And you talk about how the braces
Yes.
would affect her sucking your...
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did all the stupid mistakes, yes.
Right. What is that? What am I to draw from that? You talk about her braces and how it would affect her giving you oral sex. Like it was a turn on for you that somebody young enough to wear braces would give you oral sex.
You know, I knew that something might be cooking here, you know.
Something might be cooking.
I knew that, yeah.
Yeah. But you came anyway.
Yeah, I just... Okay, sorry.
Sorry. You sent a picture of your penis?
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
He admits to sending a graphic photo, a picture of his own penis.
You do this often?
No.
So today, for the first time, a medical doctor decides to send a picture of his penis to someone who says they're 15. What, are you going to come over here and give her a medical exam?
No.
How do you justify that?
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Let me remind the doctor of the chat with someone he thought was a 15-year-old girl.
I will bang you good, baby. You said
Yeah, I mean, this is all... Obviously, you know, when you hear all these things, then it's kind of a bad...
Why did it sound bad to you when you were saying them?
Because once you are, you know, in a situation like that, you get carried away.
You get carried away. How carried away would you have gotten had I not been here And had there been a willing 15-year-old girl?
No, I would not have. No, if it's 15, then I won't do that.
Doctor, she said in the chat she was 15.
If
You
look
talk
at
about it. No, I looked at it.
You look at the ad, you know, and
I don't care about the ad. What I care about is the conversation that you had with a 15-year-old girl. What I care about is the conversation you had with a girl, somebody who said they were a 15-year-old girl. You talk about oral sex. You talk about intercourse. You use very graphic language, and you send a picture of your penis.
Mm-hmm.
All of which constitute felonies, crimes.
you see, if you, yeah, we talked about it. That's all. You know, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, but people don't talk about things like that in this way online unless their intent is to come over and have sex with somebody. Otherwise, they just talk and they wouldn't come over. Do you see my logic? The fact that you're here leads me to believe you came here to have sex with a child.
I'd rather have a lawyer than before I.
You'd rather have a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't want to answer any of those questions.
So, doctor, where do you practice medicine?
In Saginaw.
In Saginaw. For a hospital, for your own private practice?
For my own practice, yeah.
For your own practice. Yeah. And have you met girls online before?
No.
Have you had sexually charged conversations with girls before?
May have with some.
You may have with some. Have you ever met anybody before from online?
Maybe a few months ago.
Maybe a few months ago. How old was that person?
I'm not answering that question.
You're not answering that question. What are your patients going to think about this, doctor?
You know, I'd rather not say anything.
You'd rather not say anything. And what's your wife going to say about it? What are your children going to say about it?
I'd rather not say anything.
Did you bring condoms with you?
No.
So you were just going to have sex with her without condoms?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. Well, doctor, there's something you need to know. I'm Chris Hansen, and I do stories on men who try to meet children for sex. We do investigations into alleged predators. And so this is for a show that I do. Is there anything else you want people to know about the situation you're in right now?
All I'd say that it was a bad judgment.
Bad judgment. And what do you say to other men who may be online talking to girls or boys who are underage and contemplating coming to a meeting?
I will say, don't do it.
Don't do it. What do you think should happen to you?
I haven't done anything. And
you did something when you chatted online. That's where you crossed the threshold. That constitutes a felony in and of itself. It just boggles my mind that a man with your education, with your ability to help people, to heal people, is here for what it appears to be harmful reasons. Activities that could harm a 15-year-old for the rest of her life. And it really doesn't wash with me or anyone else that the 15-year-old was willing, or that you asked if she was with law enforcement. You sent her a picture of your penis. You talked about sex and even went so far as to talk about the effect of her wearing braces on her giving you oral sex. It doesn't sound like a guy who just came out for the first time tonight on a Wednesday night in Michigan. Were you at your doctor's office earlier today? You were. How many patients did you see today?
18.
18? Mm-hmm. So you saw 18 patients. And you wrap that up. Are you chatting between patients online with this girl?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So you see a patient, then you chat online. Where did you take the picture of your penis? At your office?
I'd rather not say it.
Okay, but you were at your doctor's office and you took your penis out, took a picture of it and sent it to a girl. And then you went to see another patient.
Yeah, I'd rather not say it.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I'd want to say too much either. But I appreciate you talking to me. Now, there are some people here with the Genesee County Sheriff's Office, their ghost team, and they would like to speak to you. Again, is there anything else you want people to know?
No.
Okay, all right. These people want to talk to you.
Sir, stand up. Hands out of your pockets for us. Thank you.
I conclude my interview with the doctor, but his appointment is far from over.
I'm going to treat you with respect. As long as you're honest with me, I will be straight up honest with you. Okay?
The ghost team puts him in cuffs and searches him for his cell phone.
It's like to get into your phone. Oh, this one. Do you have 2 phones?
This is the phone.
This is your phone? Okay, what's your PIN code?
As the doctor is trying to give them his code to unlock the phone, he gets a little unsteady on his feet.
Yeah.
So, is this the phone that you...
69...
Oh, you're okay. You're okay.
Here you go. Take a seat.
Even the ghost task force isn't buying the doctor's antics.
Ooh. Hey.
Ooh.
Take a breath.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, I'm having...
Hey. Just take a breath.
Okay, that's not normal. That means you're acting.
So,
Relax.
oh my God.
And we got a medic on the way, so he'll take
Oh
a
my
look
God.
at it.
Cool off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We'll get this coat slipped down just a little bit.
Going through a lot of emotion.
Cool you off a little bit here.
Nope. You keep leaning forward there on purpose.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You made it. It's a
My dear,
mistake.
my friend, I'm a doctor.
I know, you made
I'm
a
not
mistake. And I'm going to try to take care of it. Okay?
No, I'm not acting.
Okay.
I'm just having some chest pains.
Okay.
We're going to get that taken care of in just a second.
Yep.
We got a
Oh my
paramedic.
God.
We got a paramedic coming to take a look at you right now.
Oh my God.
You go ahead and sit down.
Oh my
Go ahead
God.
and sit down, Doc.
Oh my.
Sit down, Doc.
Bend your knees.
My knees,
There
my
you go.
back is killing me. Oh my God.
Just lean forward just a little bit.
Ooh. Oh my God.
He seems to snap out of it and even starts arguing with the detectives.
Criminal, why my hands are tied? African
It's just-
citizen
it's
of
just-
this
it's
country
just-
forever.
It's just precaution.
I'm very respectable man. You know that.
He's thinking that his position of trust might get him out of this jam.
But why my hands are tied, buddy?
Why did you came here to have sex with a 15?
But you haven't done anything. You cannot just break it up like that. The day I came here, you would have freaking whole team
You're
here.
getting upset. And
I'm not upset.
And nobody's been disrespectful to you.
Oh my God.
Okay? So we have a paramedic here. He'd like to take a look at you.
Take your blood pressure.
Oh my God.
The doctor is checked out by EMTs who find nothing wrong.
My hands are on my back.
Well, for his safety and our safety.
Oh my. Okay.
As the detectives lead the doctor out, I do have one more question for him.
Why did you grab our decoy's bottom when you came in?
What is that?
You grabbed our decoy's bottom, her behind, when you came in. You grabbed her.
Don't grab it.
You grabbed her, and then you locked the door.
No, I didn't log in.
Yeah, you did. We have it on camera. So you don't want to say anything about it?
I did not log in.
You locked the door.
No, I just.
Yeah, and you grabbed our
I don't
decoy.
even know this door.
Okay.
So, all the line locked it.
The prognosis is not looking good for 61-year-old Dr. Parminder Jaswal, as he has been charged with 4 felonies: child sexually abusive activity, using a computer to commit a crime, accosting a child for immoral purposes, and for grabbing the decoy, criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree. The doctor is out on a $170,000 bond awaiting his next court appearance. Shortly after the doctor's arrest, Genesee County, Michigan Sheriff Chris Swanson posted a video on social media to alert the public of the doctor's arrest.
Dr. Jaswal came to our location to have sex with a 15-year-old decoy. 15 for $200. In fact, and I don't normally share the details, but I want to know if there's more victims out here, because as he came there, he was sending graphic pictures of himself, genitalia pictures, and we believe that those pictures were actually taken at his office. Maybe perhaps when patients are there. For a 15-year-old, $200 to have oral sex. In fact, was intrigued because our decoy in our situation had braces, and that was one of the things that attracted him. He came to the scene and brought wine coolers, Coca-Cola, and Oreo cookies. He wanted our decoy to treat him like, quote, a daddy. And I know these are hard to hear, and I know these details are difficult, but that's why Ghost is out there, and that's why when we do our operations in Genesee County, we know that predators travel. He came down from Saginaw, and when we work with other sheriffs, we see that they travel everywhere. And here's an example of that exact situation.
I asked Sheriff Swanson about the alleged medical incident we captured during the takedown.
One of the guys who surfaced looking for a teenage girl was a 61-year-old medical doctor who was communicating with a decoy from your Ghost team, thinking he was talking to a teenage girl for multiple hours while he's seeing 18 patients in his practice in Saginaw. That's shocking to me.
And it goes to show that predators are among us. I've said that on many platforms. And in this particular case, not only was he a physician, he's a family practitioner. He sees people from all ages. He's a family doctor.
He's seeing children.
Children, teens, the same age of the decoy that he thought he was coming to have sex with. That's why we do these operations.
When somebody like that, in a position of power, like a doctor, uses terms like, call me daddy, I want to be your daddy. He talks about having oral sex with the girl and how her braces would impact that. How dangerous is a guy like that?
What makes me even more disgusted is how many more are out there. Because that's a perfect example where there's one, there's many more. When you see somebody who is so fixated on the fantasy of their life while they're still doing their job and they can still coexist, that's dangerous.
He seemed to feign a cardiac event after I finished interviewing him and your detective stepped in. Was there anything wrong with him? Medics were there, they checked him out?
I'm a licensed medic. We had medics on scene, and we can tell very clearly if people are faking symptoms. And I'm sure the stress of being caught is overwhelming because he's never been caught before. And reality started setting in, but you know, people try to be, you know, theatrical. Remember, this guy's been in the business of lying for years.
And he's a wealthy, successful guy. He rolls up in a Range Rover. He's well-dressed. You check out his social media, there's pictures of attending events in Mexico, on the beach, all over the world. And yet he's in this town, this house, walking into a ghost investigation, trying to meet a teenage girl.
They hit the lottery. It's all part of the grooming tactics. So yes, he had the means to do it, he had the way to do it, but his fantasy wanted to control that victim and to possess that victim so he could live out his fantasy. I will tell you that if that was a real victim, this would have been a long-term relationship that had gotten more and more aggressive. He would not have stopped. And when this one would have been done, he'd have discarded her and gone to someone else.
Sheriff Swanson also posted a plea on social media for any other possible victims to come forward.
If you are a victim and you have had interactions with Dr. Joswell, then please contact the sheriff's office. You can contact your local police and they'll refer to you. But we're building a case out because I, again, believe there's more victims. We've seen it before. Ghost never stops. Ghost doesn't care if you're a regular citizen who works at a store or a physician that's been in family practice. When you do wrong and you go after the most vulnerable population, we're going to find you.
What's going on now in terms of the investigation into what's in his phone, how many other times he's done this, what has he done to other patients? It must be a fairly wide-ranging investigation of the doctor at this point.
It is, and I can tell you that the investigator that actually took the statement after is part of the active case. The phone that we retrieved is being downloaded, and all that forensic data will be part of the case. We've seen that in many other cases, including cases that you've covered. But we don't stop on these, and that's why we use the power of media to put these pictures out to show that this individual does this. They're in a position where more victims could be there. If you're a victim, come forward. This, as I said, is not his first, but hopefully it'll be his last.
If you have any information on Dr. Parminder Jaswal, please contact the Genesee County, Michigan Sheriff's Office. To watch more episodes of Takedown with Chris Hansen and original shows and crime documentaries, head over to WatchTruBlu.com.